Hey, what's good? I'll turn my bossa nova off. 1 second.
Okay. I'm good. How's it going?
Going swell. I'm so proud of you. You've been doing so much awesome stuff.
Oh, thank you. I'm proud of you too. Thanks for hosting these cool live streams.
Aw, well, you're cool, and I find you super inspiring. So,
Oh.
this is actually my first episode with a drummer. Usually I have musicians and I've had a few actors, but this is going to be different. This is cool. So we're going to jump right into it while we have people rolling on in.
Cool. Well, there's a lot of people on here.
Hey, yeah. And if you're coming from my page, which a select few might be, I got my own little niche going. Be sure to check out Alexa. Give her a follow when this interview is going.
Cait as well.
Thank you. So you have a lot of covers. We should talk about that on your drums, including songs by Primus. I am saying that right.
Yeah.
Yay. Avril Lavigne, Royal Blood, and a lot more. So who has been the most challenging or intricate artist to cover?
Rush by far.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rush is hard to play. And then Slipknot songs are hard too. And I'm trying to think like metal music, and then like progressive rock is always a challenge.
Progressive does seem like quite the challenge on drums. Like when I think of progressive drums, I tend to think of like Tool.
Yeah, Tool.
And when I think of Tool's new album, I'm like, I can't imagine being this drummer. Like, props, honestly. But yeah, that's tricky. Like Slipknot seems really tricky too. But I can't play drums. I'm a guitarist.
Oh.
So this is all new to me. I'm like, you're kind of teaching me in this interview. So that's really cool.
I tried guitar and it's hard. I can't play. Like, I can't like get the chords to go. Like, oh, I cut my finger last night from cutting up carrots. So I like kind of have to let this heal.
Yeah, definitely let that heal. It's just, yeah. Drums the hardest instrument to me. I know that guitar can be hard for some people, like, you know, pressing the chords down and everything. But for me, being like the one that holds the timing for the whole band, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it is a lot of pressure.
You got like a big role there.
Yeah, everyone like relies on the drums because it's like the rhythm. You gotta control the tempo, make sure it's consistent throughout.
Yeah. You're great at that, though. You have no issue with that.
Oh, thank you.
So besides rock music, I know you're very versatile. What are some other genres that you find yourself gravitating towards that you're exploring a bit more?
Genres. I mainly like
songs in general.
Well, as far as just like genres, I mean, I mainly play like rock. I've been trying to indicate some like pop songs, but like make them like more like complex for covers, you know? I don't know. I'm like thinking of doing some like pop music just to branch out, but like I know a lot, and then I want to do like punk. Like I've done punk before, and I just want to branch out to other people. Just I don't know, but like some people are like only cover rock and metal, but I'm like okay, but I want to expand because I like all kinds of music.
Sorry, my mic was muted for a second.
Oh,
I was
you're fine.
Talking like a little tea time session. But yeah, yeah, I think that you, like you said, the punk thing, I can definitely see you doing that because of your energy. Like, I feel like you have great energy when you're doing covers or when you're like on stage in general. And yeah, I could definitely see you doing that. Basically anything, because you've kind of harnessed that technique and skill over the years.
Yeah, and the thing of punk, it's really fast, so you gotta keep that up.
Yeah, that energy. I would run out of breath.
Yeah, you gotta practice that hand speed, so that's another thing to work on for me. It's keeping up the fast pace of the drums. Oh, you hear my cats in the background.
I thought that was a baby for a second. I was like, am I hearing a baby in the back? I can't tell. Oh my gosh, it is a baby. Oh, I wish my cat was in here because they kind of look alike. They're both gray bunnies.
I know, like so cute. Woo! All right, I'll put it.
Kitty. Oh, hello. It was nice to meet you. Oh, somebody said hugs from Brazil.
Oh,
Hi.
hugs from Brazil. Oh, the tail.
Aw, the kitty is a star.
I know.
Making an appearance.
Yes.
Like, speaking of your energy when you play, for any newer drummers out there that might be, what's your advice for feeling comfortable and letting loose on stage rather than like feeling really rigid when you're playing?
So you have to warm up before drumming. Like, it's really important because, yeah, I've played. You gotta warm up. So like, what I do is I bring like a practice pad before shows, and then I like just warm up my hands, like do the exercises, stretch, because if I don't do that, then I'm gonna feel like kind of stiff and won't go as fast. So you gotta really warm up your muscles and do those exercises. Like everyone does that on tour, I feel.
Gotcha. Yeah, drums are definitely one you got to warm up for because I feel like, not to be controversial or whatever, I don't think this is necessarily a controversial statement, but for me, drums seem like the most athletic instrument, if you will, because like you're using your feet, your brain, your hands, like I don't know. It's like a whole body thing.
Yeah, that's true. So another thing is, people are like, oh, it's like the arm movements. I'm like, well, it's more in the wrist. You can get louder sounds if you work up a technique to strike harder in your wrist, so you won't wear your arms out as much. But yeah,
Oh, it's so cute. I
yeah,
think he's 3, or he wants you to play a cover.
yep. Then
Oh,
they like run away from the drums.
oh. Yeah,
I'm
cats.
gonna have to move to a different room.
They're the best.
Yeah, these cats are loud.
Mine is too. He wakes me up at like 3 a.m. for the temptation munchies. It's just the way that they are, but they're our baby, so it's all good.
I know. Like,
Yeah,
they
I want to
gotta
talk
like.
about all of your projects because you just like seem to have a lot going on, so we got to promote that. You have several going on, such as music with my girl Salem Darling. Yeah. Um,
Salem,
even
yeah.
making fan videos on your tiny instruments, which is one of my favorite series right now, and I consider it a series because there's just multiple of them. Great. So tell me about these jams and any other fun stuff you have going on currently, including your debut at the Viper Room, which is an awesome venue. I believe my sticker is still on the bathroom door.
Oh, I
Hopefully,
gotta find that when I'm there.
I think it's like right in the center on the outside.
Yeah, show me like where it
Yeah.
is. I'll take a pic of it.
Yeah, it's been covered by now. It's like a band thing that people do, but yeah.
Yeah, so like projects. So I'm in Pinktastic Plastics with the iconic Cait and Sarah, the pinkest lady in the world. She
Yeah.
even married the color pink, and her mission and her lifelong dream is to be in a band, like a rock band, and just rock out on stage. And so she like found me on Instagram and she messaged me. She's just like, wanna join my band? We're like gonna be like a pop, like inspired by like it's like rock, pop rock, but like rock and roll, like inspired kind of like by Green Day, like I don't know, Green Day, Weezer, um, the Donnas, I guess, but or the Go, those kinds of bands, just like pop rock style. And then I was like, okay, and I don't live in LA. Well, I live like in Orange County, but like I go there all the time. So, um,
Nice. Well, that's
yeah,
probably do it because LA is so expensive. And like,
yeah, it is.
yeah, so kind of living more on the outside of it or something where you can just commute whenever you want.
Yeah, but
Play
like the
show.
traffic's terrible.
It is. I've only been once and I had to pee so bad in Hollywood Boulevard. And it was just a long time. It was a long time, I have to say. That was an anxiety-inducing experience.
It's
But
horrible. Like I have to like when I drive, I like oh my god, I gotta go to the bathroom.
it
And
must be a routine thing for people there. I don't know how people like have their iced coffees and they're waiting for like 3 hours. I mean, they're like superhuman over there when it comes to that. And
yeah,
also traffic would go a lot, sorry, I'm like rambling, but traffic would go a lot faster if they had hanging street lights.
yeah.
On. I was
Maybe.
like, what's going on? But speaking of the music scene, it's a great music scene. And you'll be playing the Viper Room on what day? It's coming up pretty soon.
November 19th.
Yeah.
We play very late at night because that's the Viper Room. We're going at like 10 p.m.
Amazing. You
And
guys love it.
yeah,
Be there for sure, but I'm sure you'll get booked again or at least somewhere close in the area. I'm definitely planning on coming during 2023, so I'll catch you live.
I know. I gotta like last time you were here for like a few days, and I was like, oh
It was
no.
4 days at the most. It was not long at all. It
I
was
know, and I was like, darn, like
I know I wanted to see so many people and it just, time was constricted and I was running around like a lost squirrel. I was very confused as an East Coaster over there navigating my way, but I loved it. I'm definitely coming back. Maybe I can get a drum.
what?
Maybe I could get a drum lesson or something.
Yeah, I'll like teach you some simple stuff.
I would, yeah, it'll be interesting, but I'm like down to give it a go.
Yeah, drum.
So, what are some drum companies that you'd like to shout out or work with, or that you're already working with?
All right, Vader. I work with Vader drumsticks. They're awesome. Shout out to Vader drumsticks. The sticks are so durable and they do not break, and they make my performance much better. So shout out to Vader. And then I don't work with any drum set companies or cymbals, but I'd like to work with vinyl cymbals because those are like my favorite cymbals, like by far. I have a really nice ride cymbal by vinyl, and then I like okay, but the thing is, I have so many different cymbals by like different brands, so I'm not with a cymbal company, but and then shout out to Roland for making my practicing on electric kit much easier, and it's gonna feel like it's the closest it'll get to an acoustic kit, like with my Roland. But an acoustic set is like it's not the same, so
Yeah.
it's the best as it's gonna get. But shout out to Roland V Drums for making my practicing easier. And then who else? Oh, shout out to I don't have a drum set endorsement like for an acoustic kit, but I have a Tama, so shout out to Tama for the drums, the drums that I have. Oh, and GW hardware is I don't work with them, but that's the only hardware I'll get. DW, so really good stuff.
Awesome. I feel like you're gonna manifest like working with them.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then I work with Ultimate Ears, the in-ear monitors. They have great. I got some customized in-ear monitors by them, and they make my practicing and hearing everything, including playing live with a backing track, much easier.
Got you. Yeah, that's awesome. And I think this will be a great follow-up question to that because you did mention practicing with an electric kit. So how does playing electric or drums differ from acoustic? Which do you prefer, like depending on the situation?
I really prefer an acoustic kit because like I won't play an electric kit live. Like I just won't. But the difference is, like obviously striking it has a different feel. Like with the electric kit, it has more of a bounce because it's mesh heads. So you're more at an advantage to play a bit faster. But it's still a different feeling. But and then electric kits are a bit smaller, so yeah, that's another thing. They're smaller and more close together. And then when you're on a acoustic kit, it's all spread out, like way more room. And yeah, and the cymbals feel so much different because it's like obviously cymbals are like on an E kit is just like rubber, and it's gonna have a different feeling when you're going on a brass surface, like a harder surface for a cymbal. But so it's good to know how to play on different kinds of setups by far, like just in case if you are playing a gig and the only option is an electric kit. So if you've got
Yeah.
experience on that, then you're gonna be okay and safe to go. But as far as playing, you gotta make sure your setup is exactly how you want to play. Set it up because you won't mess that like so you won't like miss your drums. So like when I'm playing, I have a certain setup, and if I'm on another kit, I'm like, I don't like this. I gotta move something slightly so I won't mess this up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a weird comparison, but it's kind of like a car, like driving a car. Sometimes you can only drive certain cars. Gotta adjust the seat for your legs. I feel like it's the same deal. Yeah, it's a big thing. You know? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I've seen people with huge drum kits, like massive, and some people just won't play even like a normal house kit. You know?
No,
I definitely so.
they like only want to bring their drums and yeah, so like what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so like I see like those metal drummers with giant kits, like super big with so many different toms, and I'm like, that's gonna take so long to set up. You better have a drum tech, like, cause you know that's gonna take so long to set up. You gotta have a drum tech with you, cause if you're doing that yourself, like, no. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same with a guitar tech unless you're really good at it. Because otherwise, it's like a constant struggle. I feel like that's like just a musician thing in general. But yeah, drums are, you know, very intricate. So from the looks of your pages, I want to like talk about some of your previous endorsements a little bit. So some of them include Goth Rider Coffee, the Aqua Vault Charge Card, and more. So tell me about these a little bit, and if you're still working with them, or if there's any similar endorsements you have going on.
Yeah. So I'm like working with Golf Rider still.
That's
Gotta make one or two more videos, um, like spread out. But it's some great coffee. Like I drink it every day, and it's like it makes a difference because it's strong. Yes.
yeah.
I need cup number 2 of that coffee because I'm so caffeine dependent.
Me too.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yes, and then with I did Aquavault charging card for like it was like a one time thing, but it's a cute little charging card. I just made a video and just promoted that brand, and I use it sometimes. Like it's a nice product because it's so small, and yeah. And then I've worked with I promoted Ozzy Osbourne's new album. Yeah.
I saw that on your page. I was like, that's so dope. And I wasn't sure if you talked about that on the other podcast you were on. But yeah, that's sick. That's freaking sick. Like tell me a bit more about that if you want. Like the Ozzy stuff.
Oh yeah. So I was they let someone like emailed me. They're like, "Hey, we like your videos. Like, would you want to promote Ozzy's new album, Patient Number 9? We'll send you like promote the limited edition Blue Smoke vinyl."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, and then they sent it to me, and I really need to get a vinyl like a record player because like I don't have that, but like it's a sick looking vinyl and it comes with a comic book, and yeah, and I just kind of showed it in video at first, and then I just played my favorite song, Patient Number 9, and yeah.
Dope. That's a really good, I mean, great opportunity right there. Just like that goes to show that if you put your craft out there, you never know who's gonna spot it. That's just the great thing. Even like independent musicians nowadays, you can go so far
Yeah, like,
in what you do.
and like, it's now I'm studying marketing, like social media marketing, because like,
Awesome.
yeah, thanks. I want to do like marketing in the music industry, because like, since I like know how to kind of grow accounts from like my page, and then I work with like another company. I work with a music school at like a rock school, and it's always
Yeah.
a blast. And so like I was just like, I'm just gonna, so I changed career paths because I realized like I love producing music and drumming, but like it's not
Yeah.
gonna pay well. It doesn't pay like, it's really competitive, and like I realized you have to be living in LA, like the heart of LA, to like be able to make a living performing, because like you'll be asked for auditions and then like at the last minute, and then you could just drive there. But I live an hour away from LA, like, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, or more with traffic, and I'm like if it's like last minute, I'm just like that's a lot to learn. So and but if I get an opportunity to go on tour, yeah, I'm gonna do that. But like with like marketing, like digital marketing and social media marketing, it's really cool because like you just like you could work at home, and then you just like, and I know the trends now, and like people don't know trends, and I don't know, my goal is to like work with like artists, labels, I don't know, just with,
Nice. Would you ever like be an A&R person?
yeah, I've thought of that, like
I would be interested.
like just like finding talent, yeah.
Yeah.
I would be down.
Yeah. That'd be right up your alley, I think, with the marketing, and sometimes they do artist development a little bit depending on the situation, but yeah, yo, that's sick. That's sick.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was my microwave closing.
Oh, you're fine.
Just FYI.
Yeah.
So let's switch it up a little bit, kind of go back to the drum gear and stuff like that. What are your tips for setting up a drum kit properly and efficiently to any drummers that may be watching?
Okay, so what I do is I start off with my rug. Make sure you got a rug surface so things don't slide off. And then, so I start off with the bass drum, and then my throne, which is the chair. So I get my bass drum, and then I make sure it's in the good centered spot. And then the important thing is making sure the distance between your right leg for your kick drum, your kick pedal, is enough. You don't want it to be too like far away or too like close up. So you gotta make sure that's fine. So like set up the bass drum, yep, and then attach the kick pedal. Then I do the toms. So I do floor tom, and then I set up my rack tom, and then I do my cymbals afterwards. No, I just kidding. I do my floor tom after my bass drum, and then I do the snare. I make sure it's at a good distance, and then I put my hi-hat next to my snare and make sure I'm not crammed or too far away, and then the rest is just cymbals and like the rack tom. So yeah, so
Gotcha.
it's just based off, you just gotta like, and also it's a skill, because when you're taking drum lessons, they're not gonna really teach you how to set up a drum kit. Like they won't.
Dang, you'd think that'd be essential, like the
No.
starting point. Like, you know
Yeah.
how you play guitar, people tell you what a fret is? I feel like they should tell you how to set it up, or at least tell you that you need a magic carpet, like the rug.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
so he
do.
said, talk more about setting up symbols, which, by the way, you guys, I only have 1 or 2 questions left for Alexa. If you're new to this, my name's Cait. I have a little talk show here on Insta with a bunch of creators, but usually after my questions, I open it up to everybody else. You can just type it, or you can put it in the questions box and stick around for the end, and I'll bring them up. But yeah, if you want, like, go ahead and talk about some symbol stuff. It seems like a dude was interested in that.
So symbols. So I have these symbol sleeves. I'm actually endorsed with. Like they're called no not symbol sleeves. So you just attach them to this top of this symbol stand, and then you just slide your symbols down, and then they like it makes your life so much easier because like they'll like it won't be so for the most part you got they like will vibrate as much like the regular amount because normally without those sleeves you just put it in you put in the felt and then you just put on the symbol and then you do another felt with like the nut and bolt and then you twist it, but you can't make it too tight or you can't make it too loose. You want it to vibrate, and if it's too tight it's gonna crack. Like it's not gonna like have a good sound, and it might crack. Like you never know. So it's important to just find a nice balance, but those symbol sleeves make my life easier.
Got you. So if you're having issues with those symbols, get you some symbol sleeves.
Yeah.
She's endorsed. And if she says they're good, she is a great drummer, so should
Okay.
take her word for it, y'all.
Thank you.
So
And
I have
I
one
think
more question, just
yeah.
one more for the fan questions. I do see we have one, but yeah, feel free to send them on in the questions box or just type them out. So let's see, if you could pick 3 artists or bands to tour with, who would be on your list for the top 3?
Um that's a good I get asked that and I'm like, well these bands have drummers already. And the thing is if you were to replace a member it's never gonna be the same. So it really depends, but like for artists, like I guess it's different. So like with solo artists, I don't know, it'd be cool to tour if like um I don't know. That's a good one. Like it would be cool to play like drums for Avril one day, but I know she likes guys in her band because it's like obviously centered around her. Oh, you're muted.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I caught that. Yeah, I was gonna say it would be so cool if you did though, because you guys have like a very similar vibe. I feel like that'd be sick. That'd be quite
Yeah,
no, actually. That would like be I think that'd be a great marketing move to have you and
yeah.
Avril band. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
like, but I noticed she just has guys, like, just men,
Yeah,
like, because she wants to be the center, obviously. So,
got you. Yeah, I mean she is Avril
yeah,
after all, but you never know.
yeah. Then I'm like, and then people will probably, if I ever, like, I don't know if that will ever happen if I drum for her. Like, they'll probably be like, is that Avril's younger sister? Or like, get like all these jokes would happen because I always get that comment like, oh my god, you look like Avril, and I'm
Or
like.
like Avril's clone or something.
I'm not her
Or
clone.
like conspiracy or whatever.
Yeah, I look like her if I do the makeup and like dress like her. Like people like I look pretty close, I guess, to her with the makeup and doing the and dressing like her. And then when you're like on like and then but like she dyed her hair really blonde, so like this was like what people think I look like her back in like the Skater Boy days, like the
Yeah.
Let Go album era. Yeah.
Yeah, a very iconic era for her. So very recognizable. I think we did get a comment that I don't want to lose. It's from Teddy Two Fire. Thanks for joining us, Teddy Two Fire. He asks, "What's your favorite song currently?" I know, I mean, as an artist, that's tough. I can never really answer that myself. But what do you
I've
dig right now?
I've been like listening to Cemetery Gates by Pantera and like a lot. I know it's like not a new song, but I'm just like I was just on a Pantera like splurge and on like cemetery gates, and I may cover it, so stay tuned.
That'd be a sick one. I could see that getting a good response too. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's really strange. It says there was a question, but then when I open it, it says no questions left. So perhaps
Oh.
they're not on anymore. But let's see. One comment says, playing drums are the best thing, but I also now started practicing playing guitar with a Stratocaster, some rock songs. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, we got some musicians in the crowd, so that's awesome. Jay Lindley 27 asks, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Any tips for tuning drums? Do drums get tuned to actual notes, or is it the note, or is the note not that important?
Oh, yeah. So I'm not an expert at tuning drums, not gonna lie. But so what happens is there's a certain way you gotta tune your drums with all the lugs in the drums. So there's a product called the drum dial, which tells you the frequency. So the frequency
Fancy schmancy.
as a certain number is a note. So like 440 hertz is an A4. So yeah, that's the thing I learned from school. 440 hertz, A4. So but for drums, yeah, you can tune them to notes. Like for example, you can tune the toms like 1/5 apart. So like from the high to the low, it could be a fifth down. So the high, for example, if the songs are like written in like, this is more common in like studio albums, like to make the song better, they'll tune the drums to the key of the song, you know, like to the scale of it. Like
That's crazy. I've never heard of this before. That's like another world I've not even like touched the surface yet. So that's crazy. I didn't know that drums could be tuned to a certain key like at all. Did not know that.
Yeah. But you gotta use to know the exact pitch, you gotta use like a drum dial tuner. So you just put that on the drum head, and then when you tune it up more, then the dial would like go up in frequencies, like, and then you gotta make sure it's matched on each side. And then another thing is that you have to tune it in a star pattern. So it'd be like, I don't have a drum, but it'll like, it's like a star pattern. So it goes here to here, and here and a here, and then here and a here, like kind of like a star pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So but I can't tune them by ear, like, because I can't.
That's tough, I think.
Like what, I don't have perfect pitch, so how would I know if this drum head's an F note? I don't know.
Tough stuff, but hey, you have like at least vast knowledge on it, so you're already like, you know, you're ahead of the game and you're doing great, so that's awesome. Bert Vince asks, does she know who Billy Cobham is? Cobham? Just curious, as he was a huge influence on my drumming.
I don't know. What band did he play for, or like what artist? Let me know.
Yeah, if you're still here, like comment that. We'll take this.
Because like, I don't know the name, but like I could probably he probably drummed for another artist or a band, and if I know that artist or band, I'll be like, okay, yeah. And the thing is, when I listen to songs, I notice the drums the most because I'm a drummer. And then I could tell you like if I like the style or if I'm influenced by it. So like,
nice.
for example, like when I started playing in bands, part writing was new because they don't teach that to you. You gotta learn part writing. So you gotta make sure your drum parts are solid, and it's a skill because you gotta keep it like, try to keep it like, you don't want it too simple. You want it to like follow the bass, obviously, and then like it's also about dynamics. So start off soft during the intro and verse, and then build it up for the chorus.
Yeah, like the chorus gotta
make it loud
in there,
and then back down, so it's not like up in one dynamic the whole time, because that will like ruin the excitement of the song. So but you gotta make sure your kick kind of matches your kick and snare pattern match with like the bass line. Um, so what I do as like a inspiration, I just listen to songs that are inspired by the band's genre, and then I'm just like, what did they do? And then I'll like listen to the song that we're writing or whatever, and then just like figure it out and just see how like I just kind of experiment, and I'm like, oh, verse will be closed hi-hat, kick pattern number 1, like, and then chorus move to an open hi-hat or a crash or a ride, just change it up a little. And then the bridge I could play on the toms, or I don't know. This is just me kind of explaining different scenarios, but just kind of change it up, but like keep the pattern similar. But you don't want to, oh yeah, for a guitar solo, you don't want to go overboard for drums because it'll clash with the solo. You want the guitar solo to showcase. You want to showcase the guitar solo. You don't want to clash it with a drum solo at the same time.
That's good advice. That's really good advice. Sometimes you want to get them to sing together. You know, it's all about the dynamics and, you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah, you got to make sure that guitar solos pushed out in front, and you don't want, so keep the drums like to the regular patterns. Don't do these complex fills because then because you got to show the guitar solo. You got to hear it.
Gotcha. That's really great advice, especially for like newer drummers, maybe in bands or anything. And writing together is really cool. So great advice. Aller_97, we'll take maybe like 2 or 3 more, asks, when you play drums, is it easier to play with or without background music?
So like, are you I don't know if he's referring to just practicing alone, but
I think he is. I'm like,
okay, so
yeah,
obviously, when I'm like warming up, I don't really play with music. Meow. Meow. Like, I'm just imitating my cats. But okay, back to that question. So when I warm up, I don't play with background music because I'm focusing on my technique. I play with a metronome usually, but it depends. Most of the time, it's like it depends. So if I want to just like hold so in warm up, I do is I like hold playing as fast as I can and as hard as I can for like as long as I could, and then I stop. Like, so I don't use the metronome for that, but and then for other things to keep consistent, I just use the metronome.
Oh I feel like that's a good answer. That's a solid answer because
yes.
Yeah, I think what he was referring to is like when you practice.
And then for songs,
the metronome or whatever.
Yeah. And then for songs, I obviously use background music, whatever.
Yeah. Obviously. Yeah, good stuff. We still have some people on here, so I'm going to give it maybe a couple more minutes or so if you guys have questions for Alexa, and also if you see any popping up. I'm kind of scrolling through. Be sure to leave them in the questions box or just comment right here. We've been having some great convos about her endorsements and her show at the Viper Room on the 19th, if I'm remembering correctly. 19th.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you're in the area, be sure to go check her out there. I wish I was. Really wish I was. Oops, I accidentally waved at a bunch of people. Hi, hello.
Wave.
Hi.
Can I even wave on
Good.
Yeah.
What's good? Somebody said Alexa rocks.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, wagging tail, and it's a picture of a dog.
Oh.
Very cute dog. Very cute. Yeah, there's a lot of Alexa love. Definitely, if you're coming from my page, be sure to follow her. She's great. But I think this will probably conclude our interview. We had some really, really good, solid chats. And yeah, go show some love. I hope your show goes amazing. Definitely
thank you, Cait.
Let me know how it goes.
Are you still doing that solo? Are you still playing like solo or with a band?
I'm just playing like totally solo right now. Like I don't have a band or a gig partner or anything. It's just me and my guitar. And then like when I get hired at a lot of like bars and stuff like that, for work, so I have to do a lot of acoustic. But when the time is right, I whip out the electric sometimes and I shred to backing tracks for
Yeah.
the type thing. So I love that. Like, I love jamming live. If you ever want to jam live with me, I would love to do that. I'm all up for it.
Yeah. We gotta be in the same. We gotta be there in person, though.
Yeah, 100,
We gotta
100%.
make the thing come true.
Yeah, it'll happen. I'll be there. I'll be there
Yeah.
for sure. LA. Woo, we got some people saying hi. Yep.
Oh.
And I believe somebody earlier asked if we're ever going to Seattle to play. I've been to Washington. I love it. I would love to go there next year.
Same. I want to go back. I went when I was a little kid, so.
It's there. I love it. I love it a lot.
Same.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And we will see you next time. Actually, Faith Powell from Plush is going to be on not tomorrow, but the following day, November 9th. So we got 2 drummers in a row. I figured it'd be really cool to put you guys kind of close to each other. But yeah, it was good.
All right. Cool.
Saying hello. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you have a beautiful day.
You too, Cait. All right. Bye.
Dude. Bye.